Hello everyone, nice to see you again. My name is Artomo. I'm a government officer of BPOM Jayapura. I'm going to talk about our office. This is the photo or the picture of our office. BPOM Jayapura is one of food and drug control in Indonesia, which is specialized concern controlling food and drug in Jayapura. Our head office is Badan POM RI, National Agency of Food and Drug Control in Jakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, I divided my presentation into three sections. Firstly, about food control. Secondly, about drug control. And thirdly, about public service. Firstly, about food control. We have a duty to protect people from hygiene and healthy food. There are two products which are under our control. Product made in Indonesia and product made from other country. Secondly, about drug control. Our duty also to make people safe from drugs that have a health risk. And thirdly, public service. Our public service is to education people, accept sample testing from people, and law enforcement related of food and drug violation. If you look at the next slide, this is our catchment area around Papua Island. Our area is different between another city because Papua Island is surrounded by mountains and sea. We don't have longer highway like other city. So our mainly transportation is plane and ship. That is why the transportation costs for surveillance are so expensive. This is the point. So to make more benefit people protection of high risk food and drug, we education people to pay attention of their consumption by checking product such as packaging, labeling, license, and expired date of each product. Some people think that we only control the food and drug when religion holidays, or some of people think that we only do the food and drug surveillance when end of the year. Absolutely, that is the wrong opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all my presentation. Do you have any question? No? Okay. Finally, thank you for your attention. We have to work together for food and drug control by reporting violation to our official website and our social media. For further information, do not hesitate. Call us on phone number below. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Dewi Puspitasari. I work at Balai Besar Pengawas Obat dan Makanan in Jayapura as an assistant laboratory. And now I'd like to talk about our company. This is our company, Balai Besar Pengawas Obat dan Makanan in Jayapura. My presentation is in 3 sections. Firstly, I'll explain about the vision of BPOM in Jayapura. Secondly, is about the divisions at BPOM in Jayapura. And finally, is about the employees of BPOM in Jayapura. BPOM in Jayapura is an institution that oversees the distributions of drugs and food in Jayapura. The visions of BPOM Jayapura is safe, quality, and competitive medicine and food to create an advanced Indonesia that is sovereign, independent, and has a personality based on mutual cooperation. There are 5 divisions at BPOM in Jayapura. They are Administration Division, Information and Communication Division, Testing Division, Inspection Division, and Enforcement Division. 1. Administration Division. Administration Division has the task of coordinating the preparation of plans, programs, and budgets, financial management, and assets property, information, communication technology, evaluation and reporting, personal affairs, quality assurance, management, archiving, governance, correspondence, and housekeeping. And for Information and Communication Division, has the task of implementing operational policies at management of communication, information, education, and public complaints, and preparations coordinating the implementation of cooperation in drug and food control. The next, Testing Division. The Testing Division has the task of implementing operational policies in the chemical and microbiological testing of medicine and food. Inspection Division has the task of implementing operational policies in the inspection sector and certification of production and or distribution facilities for medicine and food and pharmaceutical service facilities, and also certification and sampling of medicinal and food products. The Enforcement Division has the task of implementing operational policies in taking action against violence of the provisions of laws and regulations in food and drug control. BPOM Jayapura employees consists of civil servants and honorary employees. And its employees consist of various educational backgrounds, such as master degree, pharmacists, bachelor of biology, bachelor of chemistry, bachelor of pharmacy, bachelor of law, bachelor of economics, bachelor of accounting, bachelor of public health, and bachelor of computer science. Okay, that's my presentations. If there's no any questions, thank you very much.
Hello everyone, good to see you. My name is Fatma, I'm from ND. So in this opportunity, I would like to sharing with you about the company I work in. My talks is in 2 parts. I will start with the outline of my company and then we talk about my job. So I will share screen. Here we go. Firstly, I will talk about my company. So here, I work in National Food and Drug Control Agency, which is my office based in Ende. We have 3 divisions in general. One is Inspection Certification Division, 2 is Laboratory Division. They are Microbiology and Chemistry Laboratory. And 3 is Human Resource or Finance Division. And then lastly, about my job in my division, inspection. We doing an audit for production or distribution facilities in drug or cosmetic or food commodities to ensure that they apply the standard of GDP or GMP. As you know, GDP stands for Good Distribution Practice and GMP stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. Meanwhile, in certification, we do have a job as facilitator. So we accompany the businessman or UMKM in order to get the register number of BPOM. Okay, I think that's all I can say. I will be grateful if you can leave any question or feel free to ask me. Have you any question? No? Okay. If no, I will end my presentation. And thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. I would like to introduce myself to all of you. My name is Irfan Jelani and I work in BPOM Mataram for about 1 year. Okay, let's begin. This day I'll be presenting about 3 topics. Firstly is company profile, and then the second our duties, and the last is our success stories. Okay, before we move to the topic, I will ask you some questions, guys. By the way, do you know where is Mataram? Okay, I'll explain to you. Anyone want to answer my question? Okay. Okay, and then I will explain to you. Mataram is the capital city of Lombok Island. I'm sure that you know about Lombok, right? With all beautiful landscape and mesmerizing view here. Okay, let's go to the topic. First, I will presenting about company profile. Balai Besar POM in Mataram is the one of work unit of BPOM Republic of Indonesia, located at Jalan Satu Warga, Mataram, West Nusa Tenggara. We have 40 personnel here in different sections, consists of law enforcement, public service, drug analysis, and information and education. And secondly, we have duties that support Balai Besar POM in Mataram. We have responsibilities to monitoring, educating, and protecting public from misuse drug and food, specifically for West Nusa Tenggara area. Our scope consists of Mataram City, West Lombok, North Lombok, Central Lombok, and East Lombok. East Lombok, West Sumbawa, and Sumbawa. For Dompu and Bima City and Bima and Kabupaten Bima are handled by our special unit, called Lokapom in Bima. And the last is, okay, we call it our success story. We have success story in this year. We got the top 5 of the best law enforcement process in 2022. In this year, I mean. and the best performance in this year. We are so proud about the achievement, and it makes clear that our teamwork doing its magic. Those achievements are being our motivation to always maintain good work, good performance, and then getting more achievement in the next year. Okay, those are about my explanation about company profile at BPOM Mataram. And you guys, if you have any if you guys have some question, you could send DM to me, direct message me. Thank you and have a good day, guys.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Haironi Sanurdiani, but you can call me Caca. I am Food and Drug Supervisor in Food and Drug Administration in Indonesia. Now I'm going to present you about my office. Let's get started. Okay. So basically, I'm working in one of the branch office of Badan POM in Indonesia. It is called Lokapom Tanimbar. So my presentation will contain three parts. The first is introduction. I'm going to tell you the aim and the purpose of our institution. And the second is the office. I'm going to tell you the office in Badan POM. And the third is the job description or the job function, what I'm really doing every day in my office. Okay, the first is introduction. So Food and Drug Administration in Indonesia, or we call it Badan POM, is government institution responsible for protecting the public health through control and supervision by ensuring the safety, efficacy, and security of food and drugs. So actually, we have to monitoring 5 kind of products. The first is food, the second is drugs. The drugs is contain also, it's also included cosmetics, food and healthy supplement, and also traditional drugs. So the vision of Badan POM is food and drug safety, improve the health and competitiveness of the nation. And for the mission, the first is to improve risk-based food and drug control systems to protect communities. The second is encouraging the independence of business owners in Indonesia in providing food and drug safety guarantees and also strengthening partnerships with stakeholders. And the third is increase the institutional capacity of organization. So I'm going to highlight the mission number 2. It's about encouraging the independence of local business owner actually. So Badan POM is really concerned about local product in Indonesia. So we also provide the business owners to improve their local product to go globally. Okay, and then the office in Badan POM, we have 34 balai and balai besar or balai besar in Indonesia. It's in each provinces, and each balai or balai besar has their own loka. So I'm part of it. So there are totally 40 loka in Indonesia. Okay, this is our main office in Jakarta in Jalan Percetakan Negara, and this is my office in Tanimbar, Maluku. So let's move to the job description. So this is, I'm going to show the elements of the activities of food and drug supervisor in Indonesia. So the first is standardization. Actually, we in Loka, we didn't do the standardization function. So the people who work in main office who did this. So standardization, it means we create creating a drug and food standard, or we call it we creating the regulating system of food and drug in Indonesia. The second is examination. So we examine drug and food circulating in the community or society in our province. So we did it once in a month. And then after the examination, we do action. If there's a violation, or it may be or if the examination result is underrated, we have to do the actions. So we take action related to violations about food and drugs. Then we have testing. So we have testing of food and drug in the laboratory to maintain to make sure the quality of the product. And then assessment. So we have assessed the pre and post food and drug administration process. So we in Badan POM, we release a BPOM registration number to each food and drug product. So when you see the product and you see the Badan POM regulation number, it means that the product is already assessed and already testing. So it's also safety, of course. And then monitoring. So we monitoring related about problems or issue about in food and drugs in the community. And after that, we have to report it every month to the main office. And the last is counseling. We do this each in a month also. Actually, we call it KIE, or it's communication, information, and education to the community related to issue about drug and food. Okay, this is all my presentation. I'm sorry for my English. Any question?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce myself before. My name is Soleha. I am a laboratory analysis in Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai. And today I want to presentation about my company. My company is Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai. And let me share my company is Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai, and in my presentation I have three parts. Firstly, I have description and location of Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai, and secondly, I have vision and mission, and finally, I have division and staff. Okay. Parts 1. Description. Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai, one of the work units in the Food and Drug Regulatory Agency. Lokapom was formed based on regulation of the Indonesian Food and Drug Supervision Agency number 12 of 2018, date June 22, 2018. Let's move to the next slide. Location. Before I talk about Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai address, I want to tell you that Morotai is one of the islands in North Maluku. Morotai is located at the very top of the map Maluku province, and our office located in Darani Street, Darami Village, South Morotai, Morotai Island Regency, North Maluku Province. And we have vision and mission in our company. The vision and mission in Lokapom di Kabupaten Morotai are the same at the National Food and Drug Regulatory Agency and throughout in Indonesia. And vision in Lokapom di Kabupaten Morotai is medicine and food are safe, high quality, and competitive to create and develop Indonesia that is for sovereign, independent, and has a personality based on mutual cooperation. And and mission you can read in slide. And let's move to next slide. Finally, we have team and employee. In Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai, I'm sorry, this is and Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai have 4 division, Pemdak, Pengujian, Tata Usaha, and Infocom. And we have 18 employees. 13 employees are civil servant, and 5 employees are honorary employee. Okay, we in this slide we have head office. His name is Safri Ahmad. He is a bachelor of pharmacist and pharmacist profession, and he lives in Ternate. Next slide. Second division, division, the first division, Tata Usaha. In Tata Usaha have 2 employees. Number 1 is Eisenhower Farlindungan. He is a bachelor of economy, and he is a verifikator keuangan. And number 2, we have Julio Brian Siwalet. He is a bachelor of technology, and he is Pranata Komputer. And the Pemdak division. Pemdak division have 3 employees, and his name is Iskandar Zulkarnain. He is a coordinator of Pemdak, and he is a bachelor of pharmacist and pharmacist profession. And this Nabila Rosita Yuliana, she is bachelor of law. And Hilman Ali Ferdinand, he is a bachelor of law. Pemdak division Pemdak division have job in our company, and their job is supervision of drug and food facilities and distribution, and sampling traditional medicine, food, and then medicine or what is suplemen kesehatan. Okay. Okay. Division, next slide. Division Infocom. In division Infocom have 3 employees. We have Yuli Chatumaruk. She is a coordinator in Infocom division. She is bachelor of pharmacist profession, and Infocom division have 2 staff, and this is Hairunisa. Hairunisa is a bachelor of public health, and Siti Inayah Arista is bachelor of pharmacist profession. And Infocom division, in Infocom division have job is coordination with other company and information education about food and drug regulatory, and coordination in drug and food control, and they are public campaigns, and the last division we have Suci Purnama. The last division we have Suci Purnamasari. She is a coordinator of division pengujian division, and she is a bachelor of agricultural I'm so sorry. She is agricultural bachelor of agriculture and technology. And Dini Arwinda is bachelor of biology, and this is me. I am a bachelor of agricultural technology or food and science technology. And this is Nurlaila Masuku. She is a bachelor of chemistry. And in pengujian division, we testing sample food, and then traditional medicine and suplemen kesehatan and or cosmetic and other sample. And let's move to let's move to next slide. This is honorary employees in Lokapom di Kabupaten Pulau Morotai. We have 5 honorary employees. Number 1, Rusmianti Fayoya. Number 2, Fahri Marsaoli. Number 3, Rifandi Lim. Number 4, Rusmina Tugiman. And number 5 is Iksal Domingus. And okay, that is my presentation. If you have any question, I would be happy to open up the discussion. Okay, if there are no question, it's my presentation. It's from me, and I would like to thanks about your time and attention my presentation. And
So, good afternoon everyone, my name is Mario. I'm a Badan POM officer positioned in East Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. Today, I'm going to present about Badan POM organization profile. There is 2 sections in this presentation. The first is strategic role of Badan POM, and second is Badan POM work structure. Every ask of question will be accommodated after the presentation ends. Let's head to the first section. Strategic role of food and drug monitoring. Badan POM as a body who governing the food and drug administration in Indonesia has the main task of food and drug monitoring, which impact in national stability. The Badan POM took role in health, social humanity, economy, community security and order. This role is carried out through multi-sector and multi-level governance by empowerment of organization and multi-sector cooperation. That's for the role. Now let's be going to the next section, Badan POM work structure. The work structure is based on Badan POM Decree number 26, 2017. The structure organization can be seen on this diagram. As the leader of Badan POM is the head chief, which the internal affairs is held by principal inspector and general secretary, while the main task is carried out by 4 deputy, the deputy of drug, narcotics, psychotropic, precursor, and addictive substance surveillance. The second deputy is deputy of traditional medicine, health supplement, and cosmetic surveillance. The third deputy is deputy of manufactured food surveillance, and the last one is deputy of law enforcement. The job of executing the standard that made by 4 deputy is carried out by technical implementation unit, which position all over Indonesia in every island and a province, in every province, and their main city. So, in the structure, we're going to talk more about the technical implementation unit where I work now in Nusa Tenggara. The technical implementation unit is classified by three types: Balai Besar Pengawas Obat dan Makanan, Balai Pengawas Obat dan Makanan, and Loka Pengawas Obat dan Makanan. To differ the Balai Besar and Balai Pengawas is in the echelon class leader, where the Balai Besar Pengawas Obat dan Makanan have higher stage echelon. There is echelon 2, where the structure below is carried out by echelon 3, while the Balai Pengawas Obat dan Makanan is led by echelon 3, and the below structure, below personnel is echelon 4, while Loka Pengawas Obat dan Makanan is led by echelon 4 and helped by functional officer. While the Balai POM divided into two typology, there is Balai POM type A, and Balai POM type B. The difference only the frame of the structure organization, which the Balai POM type B have more simple organization structure. And this is the map where the technical implementation unit is placing all over Indonesia. The blue dots is Balai Besar Pengawas Obat dan Makanan, positioned in the capital city of province, and Balai Pengawas Obat dan Makanan located too in capital city of province. While Loka Pengawas Obat dan Makanan (Lokapom) positioned in the strategic area in the province, coordinated by Balai Pengawas Obat dan Makanan or Balai Besar Pengawas Obat dan Makanan. So it's smaller unit than Balai, but it has a coordinate work with Balai. So that's my presentation for this material. Thank you for your attention. I'd like to see some questions after the presentation. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Introducing, my name is Muharani Yulinda. Now I'm working on BPOM, exactly on PPSDM POM for about 2 years, start from 2018 as an assessor. Moreover, I am placed on bidang standarisasi dan penilaian kompetensi in subdivision called subbidang standarisasi dan penilaian kompetensi teknis. Okay. This is the structure organization of PPSDM POM. I'm in subbidang standarisasi dan penilaian kompetensi teknis. Next, the duty on function of bidang standarisasi dan penilaian kompetensi teknis. Well, I would like to deliver you about my job description as an assessor SDM aparatur. Firstly, I did conducted technical competency test for a certain staff called pengawas farmasi dan makanan throughout Indonesia. I also do mapping technical competency every year. And principally, PFM has some functions such as fungsi pengujian kimia, fungsi pengujian biologi, pemeriksaan, pemantauan KIE, penyidikan, penilaian, and standarisasi. Secondly, I also do assessment and certification to all food safety educators and district food inspector throughout Indonesia. In addition, I also holding a training for BPOM staff, for example, training for of assessor competency, which was held around 5 days. Okay. Okay, that's all about my job description as an assessor to BPOM. I really like my job and hopefully I will always do my best for me, my company, and Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, nice to see you. My name is Titor Efren Murat. I'm going to talk about my organization, the National Agency for Drug and Food Control Provincial Office at Manado. Shortened BPOM Manado. There are three parts to my presentation. Firstly, vision and mission BPOM Manado. Vision: medicine and foods are safe, high quality, and competitive to create a sovereign, independent, advanced Indonesian based on mutual cooperation. And four-part mission: one, to build superior human resource related to medicine and food by developing partnership with all components of the nation in order to improve the quality of Indonesian people. Two, facilitate the acceleration of the development of the drug and food business world by taking side with micro, small, and medium enterprise in the framework of building a productive and competitive economic structure for national independence. 3. Increasing of the effectiveness of drug and food control and fighting drug and food crime through the synergy of the central and local government within the framework of unitary state in order to protect the entire national and provide a sense of security to all citizens. 4. Clean, effective, and reliable government management to provide prime public service in the field of medicine and food. And then we have a slogan PIKIR, which stands for professional, integrity, credibility, teamwork, innovative, and responsive. Secondly, BPOM Manado structure organization. We can see a picture of the organization structure on the right slide. BPOM organization in Manado is governed by a head with the position of echelon 2, under which there are 4 divisions, starting from the administration division, testing division, laboratory, inspection division, enforcement division, and finally the information and education division. Next, testing laboratory division. Their testing laboratory division, it is divided into 3 parts laboratory. 1 chemical laboratory, 2 micro laboratory, and 3 food laboratory. Next, chemical laboratory. Chemical laboratory, they will test product on the market, especially medicine product, traditional product, medicine, and cosmetic. Finally, describers the chemical laboratory. Why I explain about testing laboratory division, especially more detail to the chemistry laboratory, because that is where I worked for almost 2 years. The main component that support activity in the chemical laboratory has 4 main components. 1. Human resource. Human resource where personnel who work in the chemical laboratories are personnel who have competitive in their field, like as the pharmacy professional, bachelor of pharmacy, bachelor of chemistry, associate degree of pharmacy, and associate degree of chemistry. Testing tools. The tools used in testing the laboratory consist of HPLC, UHPLC, AAS, GC, GCMS, digester, pH meter, ATS, micro and semi-micro scale, sonic tool, gas tool, and other supporting tools. 3. ISO 17025. Standard applied in condition testing activity, namely ISO 17025. Quality management system ISO is a combination of management required and technical required that must be met by testing laboratory and calibration laboratory. 4. Samples. Every month, the routine samples that are tested are mostly from products that have been circulation in the community to ensure the quality of the product that have been circulation, as well as some sample from parties, like a sample from government agency and the police. For the chemical laboratory itself, the sample take the test is a commodity of medicinal product, traditional medicine, and cosmetic. That's my presentation. Thank you for attention. Have a nice day.
Hi, my name is Muharani. I'm a food and drug supervisor in food and drug administration in Indonesia. Good to see you all. Today, I will tell you about my office. My presentation is divided into parts. Firstly, I'll give you the background of the office, and second, I'll give you the job description. Let's start. Badan Pengawas Obat dan Makanan Republik Indonesia, or we know it as Food and Drug Administration in Indonesia, is a government institution that has the responsible for protecting the public health in Indonesia to control and supervision the ensuring the safety, efficacy, and security of human and veterinary drugs, biological products, and medical devices, and by ensuring the safety of our nation food supply, cosmetics, and products that emit radiation. Badan POM itself has the main office in Jakarta at Jalan Percetakan Negara, and it has branch or offices all around Indonesia, which is it has 34 balai or balai besar, and each balai or balai besar has its own loka, which is its 40 loka all around Indonesia. And I work in one of the loka. We call it Loka POM Sangihe. It is in the north of Celebes, Kabupaten Kepulauan Sangihe. You can see the tiny little red dots in the maps. Yeah, that's my office there. This is my office, Loka POM Sangihe in Kepulauan Sangihe, and our work network is including Kepulauan Sangihe itself, Kepulauan Talaut, and Kepulauan Citaro. And each balai or balai besar and loka has the same job description. First, the assessment and evaluation of product registration documents in the pharmaceutical and food sector. In this task, we do the assessment and evaluation of the products for its pre-market and post-market. For example, for the pre-market, we launch the registration number for each product. So when you see a product with our unique registration number, It means the product is already tested and it's safe to use. Next, examination. We examine the drug and food that circulating in the community, include the facilities in the pharmaceutical and food sector. In this task, actually we do it every month. It's where the officer will go to the facilities of the pharmaceutical and food sector, such as drugstore, hospital, or supermarket that sell drug and food to the community and see and check if the product itself is according to the standard and the quality is good. And next, the action. We take action related to violation about food and drug sector. For example, when someone sells drug and foods illegally, Badan POM can take legal action. And then next, testing. We test the food and drug in the laboratory and do some research in food and drug sector. In this part, actually, it's due for to make sure the quality of the product itself. Next, monitoring. We monitoring and counseling related to problems and issues about food and drug. In this task, actually we call it KIE or communication, information, and education to the community. It's actually we give information and education about the food and drug, that it's good and that it's according to the standard to the community, and do some counseling with them. And then the last, standardization. Actually, it's where we create drugs and food standards. For the standardization itself, mainly done by the main office, because it's more like to make a regulatory about food and drug standards. It's where they make the guidelines or studies in the field of pharmacy and food sector. And for Lokapom, actually we don't do the standardization, of course, because it's done by the main office, and we don't have a laboratory yet, so we don't do the testing in the local. We do the testing to the balai or balai besar that nearest the local. For my office, we do the testing in Balai Besar POM di Manado. Yeah, that's it, my presentation today. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Aisyah Amini Anshari, one of BPOM, or in English, National Agency of Drugs and Food Control in Indonesia. Now I'm working in Jayapura. Well, today I will presentate about BPOM technical unit. So it will contain about how much and what's the unit do in BPOM. Well, why it is important? Because BPOM is a national agency that will guarantee about the safety of food and drugs that people in Indonesia consume. Well, this is the outline about the BPOM section, especially in technical unit in Jayapura. There are 5 units in here. The first unit is inspection, the second is enforcement, the third is registration, fourth is communication and education, and the fifth is testing. So let's see what each section do to make sure that drugs and food that we consume is safe. The first is inspection section. Well, inspection do all the inspection of kind of drugs in and food in each regional, especially in Jayapura, because I'm working in Jayapura, so it will be inspects all the kind of drugs in Jayapura, and inspection on drugs and foods company in here, like not just companies, but pharmacy that stay that sell drugs in here. And the second is enforcement, that the unit, the section that will do investigation if something bad happen to food and drugs that people usually consume. The second is registration. Well, this unit have a responsibility to good people when they want to register drugs and food. So the drugs and food will be registration and get some registration number. So people, especially in Jayapura, will sure that the food or drugs they consume is safe. The fourth is communication and information. This section have a task to delivering information about what BPOM do, what usually BPOM do in the region. And the second is delivering information about how to choose and use drugs wisely, and delivering information about how to choose healthy and safe food to consume. And the last is testing. Well, this section have a responsibility to check all chemical and microbiological testing in drugs and food and make the report it is safe or not safe to consume. Well, I think that's all about the unit in BPOM. If you have question, please feel free to write down and send me by email or WhatsApp, because we cannot do RNQ in here directly. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay.